We got to stay together in our dorms.
And it is broken.
Would you like to say something?
We'll see how it looks. I love that because we planted roses. I bought a 7-foot tree online and it's an olive tree. I would like to dangle some stars and ribbon and put it in the gallery and kind of like set the tone, the energy of the show. I'm gonna put it together today and see how it looks. I was gonna wait to put it together whenever I got it to the gallery because it's all compact in a nice box. And I would like to know what it's gonna look like before I get it there so that I have time to order something else if I need to, or like it allows me time to think creatively about this tree and see what the plan is. So I'm gonna put it together and see what I need to get for it to make this tree transform the space into a magical forest garden. Quill thinks the branches are really fun, but let's get this tree put together. So this tree has been so far really easy to put together. You just have these little pegs that you connect to the matching number. So each branch has a number on it and you just connect it to the number on this post here. So it's pretty easy. The only thing that I'm worried about is that whenever it comes time for me to take it apart, remembering which branches go where. But I think I'm probably gonna keep the stickers on until the show so that way I can take it apart and put it back together and not have a problem with it. So I'm gonna take off this little green thing here, match up the square. The only thing that I'm not so sure about is if the stickers need to line up perfectly like this or not, because they definitely don't on this branch, but we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I've got 3. I'm gonna match it up with 3 down here. My house, I just moved out of my studio like fully yesterday, and so my house is kind of a wreck. I'm reorganizing things, but this show is definitely a priority, so it's okay that it's a mess because I will get to it eventually. It's making me feel like this needs to turn. Here we go. That's definitely not as full as I wanted it to be originally, but that's okay.
I was thinking it would be fun to add some brass stars to the tree. I found this brass on blick.com and I use these dotting pin tools to create impressions in the brass. I have a piece of cardboard underneath it to help with the impressions. And I'm just making sure to press really hard so that I get a really clean line. After I'm done drawing, I like to use a pair of sharp scissors to cut it out. I just have to be really careful not to cut myself because this is very sharp metal. After I've finished my drawing, I like to use a good old hammer and nail to make a hole. That way I can string it up. I've been making these ornaments for a couple years now, and I think they're just so easy to make. I'll make sure to link the brass that I use in the description. I chose this purple ribbon to go with the griffin from my last video. I think that the colors will look really nice together.
I have this couch from the studio and it is broken, but I'm thinking about trying to fix it because I think it would look really nice in the gallery. So I was originally planning on getting rid of it and taking it to a thrift store, actually probably the same thrift store that I bought it at. But I think that the velvet texture of this couch will be really nice complement to the unicorn and more like taupey colors. So let's see what I can do to fix it.
After looking in the garage, I realized I didn't have any wood glue, so I needed to go to the store and get some. But I also had to stop and get some flower seeds because I can't help myself.
So this is the leg that is broken off of the couch, and you can see that the couch is just like leaning on the ground. So this is where I'm gonna start. I've got wood glue and this little bracket thing. I'm hoping that that will help. I'm gonna wood glue this first. Oh, we're ready, okay. Oh wow, it comes out a lot faster than I expected. Oh, just get it really juicy. Okay, dokie.
In hindsight, I know that I put way too much glue on this, and I also know that the
Oh my
couch is
gosh.
dusty. I will clean it.
It's probably gonna take some wiggle action. Ooh, we're dripping again. No? Ugh, why?
After hammering this, I did put some screws in for some extra stability.
Okay, so I think it's fixed. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm going to push it up against the wall for now and get cleaning up to the rest of the house.
After moving out of my studio, it's like I have a second tiny apartment in my home.
So they did sound a tornado. That's true.
It wouldn't just be one time.
That's true.
The storms have been pretty wild lately, but it is really nice to watch it from our window and be cozy inside as the thunder and lightning strike. There's always been something about the rain storms that make me feel extra inspired to create. It honestly just feels like nature is just so powerful, and getting to see all its glory right in front of your window is just really exciting.
So today is setup day at the gallery, and I would be lying if I said that I wasn't nervous. You guys, I have been feeling very unsure about this whole show because of the watercolor mythical creature work. That's really outside of my comfort zone, and I don't really know how it fits in the conversation with the rest of the work that I've made. So I've been back and forth on whether or not I even want to include it in the show. I have it in the gallery right now. It's yesterday before I taught my class. I brought everything into the mini gallery and just set it up onto the floor. And I think it looks really good in there, but I'm not sure how I feel with it still being in conversation with my black and white charcoal and graphite work. So I'm just feeling really unsure, I guess, about how everything is looking. Let's go look at the flowers. God, it's so bright outside. The flowers started blooming and I'm really excited about it. The pollinators seem to be really liking the zinnias, and I love that because we planted roses earlier this year and the pollinators haven't really been going over there as much. So I'm glad that there is some flower in our backyard that they enjoy. And Hope is growing cucumbers over there, so they do have a little bit of pollinating to do.
Hope and I both love gardening, but I am definitely more of a flower girl and she is more of a veggie girl.
Our smoke tree, unfortunately, I think is having a really hard year. In my previous video, I'm outside and you can see that this tree is actually pretty green. However, it's turning dark purple, and I think that it's either heat exhausted or sick, and I can't really tell. Earlier in the year, while we were planting our rose garden, this tree, half of it died, and so we cut it back, and I thought that that would make it a lot better. However, it seems to still be having some issues, and I'm really sad. My hope is that next year, whenever spring comes again, it'll bounce back, but it's looking very sad, and I'm really upset about it because I don't want to lose this beautiful tree. You can see where the green part of the tree is and then where this new brown part, brownish purple area is.
I lit 2 incense in my house because there's just this really weird funky smell, and I just ate a bowl of cherries and I had my little pit holder. I opened the dishwasher to put it in, so that's where that nasty smell was coming from, so I just started the dishwasher and I'm hoping that that smell goes away. But my house otherwise smells like chamomile incense, and I do like that. I might even light a third one. Maybe open a window because it's probably getting smoky in here.
Come on, kitty. Do you want me to throw it again? Come here. That's a good girl. Interestingly, as far as places to film, this couch that I'm currently sitting on is kind of one of my favorites because it has this beautiful light coming in from the window and also this pretty plant is behind me. But this couch is gonna go in the gallery. But maybe I should get like a little chair over here so that I can keep filming. Oh, hello, Kona. Oh, hello, Kona. It's a good girl. You're so sweet, sweet Kona girl. This is our oldest baby. She is 9 years old, and Hope and I snuck her into the dorms at Oklahoma State University when we weren't supposed to have any animals. But she was our first baby. She started all the way whenever we were in college together. We lived on the top floor of Parker, which is this really old dorm room, and I would sneak her down the staircase on the side so nobody would see us. But on move out day, actually, there was a rabbit that got out into the hallway. And so turns out we weren't the only ones that were smuggling pets into the dorm. It was a crazy dorm experience though, because Hope and I had 2 twin beds. Oh, Quill sees a bug. We shared a bathroom and 4 showers with the whole floor, and we were on the girls' floor. And that's a good girl. Obviously, girls and guys weren't allowed to stay together, but Hope and I were both girls, so we got to stay together in our dorms, and that was pretty awesome. And then we brought this little girl into our lives. So she was a puppy then. She was very nice. And she's been with us everywhere since then, haven't you? Would you like to say something? Got some goopies? Really? Let me get it. Gross. That's gross. Yes, you gross girl.
I needed to head back to the store so that I could pick out a paint color for the gallery. I wanted to highlight the same color that was in the unicorn's background with the black and white artwork so that it felt more cohesive. I ended up picking out a paint color called Equilibrium, and I definitely got way too much, but I guess the gallery just has a little extra now. When I opened the paint can, it was a lot brighter than I expected, but once it dried, it actually was perfect. I was originally planning on painting the entire wall, but I decided to just paint a small section of it, which is why I ended up with so much paint. I found these really cute paper stars online and I just fell in love with them, so I decided to put them all over the gallery. It's pretty easy, you just have to fold them out and then secure them with this little string. It is a little tricky sometimes, but I think that they're so cute. I've never really thought of myself as being afraid of heights because I've definitely been on planes before, but I do not like being on top of a ladder. This was something that I definitely struggled with during the show because I was on a ladder often. After painting and hanging up the stars, it was time to head home and celebrate the 4th of July with our family. We actually celebrated on the 3rd, which was awesome because we avoided a big storm that came through the next day. If it was my choice, I probably wouldn't celebrate the 4th of July, just because that's not my favorite holiday, but I did like spending time with family. Good morning. Now we get to go back to the gallery and start hanging things up. I was definitely scared to hang things. It just felt really nerve-wracking because I had probably 55 pieces total to hang up. So I started by putting things and arranging everything on the ground, but the overwhelm definitely got to me and I needed to go on a walk to calm my nerves, and I did that in the lovely Rose District. After calming down and having some time to myself, I recollected and got back to work. Something that I really did not expect was how much work this show was going to be. I definitely thought that I would be able to get this show up within just a few days, but it ended up taking me a whole week. Once I started hanging the small work, it seemed to flow a lot faster. It's just putting the first nail on the wall was a little nerve-wracking, but I ended up getting there. I was so excited about the way that it was looking. Oh my gosh, it was just such a dream come true to see it all on the wall like this because I've had them kind of just in a pile in my room. And so seeing them hung this way was just, I don't know, it was just so beautiful. And man, I've really put a whole lot of work into this and it's just cool to see it in one spot. After hanging up 4 rows, I realized I had enough artwork for a whole nother row, so I quickly just added this row with some nails and then got to hanging.
These are gorgeous.
Thank you so much. You say you made that?
Well, I didn't make it, I ordered it, but it's like...
Oh, it's your unicorn.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? That's so cool. So I'm like, oh my gosh, breaking this up.
Hope was about to be on her way to come help me, so I went ahead and took down these rails so that whenever she got here, we could get to work. She had the idea of moving the unicorn and the griffin to this wall, and I think that was just a perfect idea. It came out so nice. And I've worked on this project mostly by myself, so having someone there to bounce ideas off of was so awesome. I'm usually pretty reliant on her wonderful ideas, and so it was really good to have her there. He loves those treats, man. Oscar will help.
I've got a busy day today. I didn't finish everything at the gallery last night. Hope came and helped me, but there were still some things that we didn't get to do, like putting up labels because I haven't made them yet. And then also there was a blank spot in the gallery, so I found this mirror and I'm currently etching it with my Fanttik rotary tool. And I also found these round bits on Amazon. So they're like diamond coated and they were the cheapest ones I could find. So, but they work pretty decently. The reason I have so many of them is because they dull quickly, and whenever they dull, the bit like skips over the glass and I have a hard time drawing. It makes it harder to draw. So having many of them is just a good thing. But I'm gonna finish up the labels, this piece, and then head to the gallery. Last time I etched a piece of glass was for the Momentum show, and I really enjoyed that, so I decided it would be fun to add another piece to this one. I was really intimidated when I first started this project a while back, but now that I've had some practice, it has become pretty easy and actually a pretty fast project. It's like drawing, but with a tiny sander. I really love the way these Colorado columbines turned out on this mirror. Now I've just got to add the labels and then it's time to show the final reveal. So it is currently raining, but I wanted to film the end of this video because I'm just so excited to get this video posted. Everything about this show is just perfect in the way that I wanted it to be, but there was a few little things that I wish maybe would have been different. I wish I had more time to create a larger body of work, and I only had about 2 months notice before the show went up, so I think in the future I probably need just a little bit more time. And even though I did the final reveal, there still are a few things that I would like to add to the show. So first of all, I'm missing a few titles on my work. So on Monday, I'm going to be putting those up. But I would like to add some really beautiful brass butterflies and stars on the wall to frame like the horse. Just because I feel like that wall is empty and it needs a little more pizzazz. But overall, I'm really excited about the show, and I hope to see you guys at the reception on July 28th. The show will go until September 14th, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. It really means so much to me that you're here, and honestly, like, posting these videos, I always feel kind of silly, but gotten some pretty sweet comments from you guys, and it has definitely encouraged me to keep going. So thank you for those who are here and those who are still watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye guys.